Oenpelli python. In 1977, two herpetologists named Glenn Storr and Harold Cogger were working in the remote sandstone escarpments of Western Arnhem Land in Australia's Northern Territory when indigenous Oenpelli guides led them to something that had been known in that country for generations but had never been formally described by outside science. The snake they found was enormous, over 4 meters long, heavily muscled, with iridescent scales that shifted color in the light of the gorge. The Oenpelli python, as it was formally named, became one of the last large vertebrate species to be described for the first time in Australia in the 20th century. The Oenpelli people had called it Nawaran for as long as their oral history reached. The outside world had simply never been there to find it. Even now, confirmed sightings remain extraordinarily rare, not because the snake is necessarily reduced to tiny numbers, but because the sandstone gorge country it inhabits is among the most inaccessible terrain in Australia, its sheer rock walls and seasonal flooding making survey work a logistical challenge that few research programs have the resources to sustain. Feral cats and pigs, which have devastated reptile populations across northern Australia, are present throughout the Oenpelli python's range. What the actual population looks like and whether it is declining remains largely unknown. Have you ever thought about what it means for a snake over 4 meters long to exist in a landscape so remote that science only found it in 1977, despite it being one of the largest reptiles on the continent? The Oenpelli python is still out there in those gorges. Whether there are enough of them to sustain the species is a question that the landscape has so far refused to answer.